This is the story of the real-life Annabelle doll. So all the way back in 1970, a mother decided to give her daughter a Raggedy Ann doll for her 28th birthday. Now her daughter, who was named Donna, was thrilled to get the doll, and after her birthday, she took it back to her apartment. Now when she first brought the doll back, everything was fine. But before too long, some strange things started to happen with this new Annabelle doll that the woman had brought home. Both Donna and her roommate Angie started to notice that some strange things were going on with this new Annabelle doll. Donna would often leave Annabelle in her living room and then leave for work. And then once she returned home, she would find Annabelle in her bedroom with the door shut. Then Donna and her roommate Angie both started to notice notes left around their apartment. These notes said, "Help me," and were apparently written on parchment paper, which was very strange because neither of the women kept parchment paper in their home. In another incident, Angie and her boyfriend Lou were alone in the apartment when they heard rustling in Angie's room as if someone had broken in. Now both Angie and her boyfriend went to check and see what was going on and making the noise, and they found nothing other than Annabelle lying face down on the ground. Lou also claims that Annabelle apparently attacked him in his sleep one time, as one day he woke up from a nap and found claw marks running across his chest that disappeared 2 days later without a trace. Following this incident, both Angie and Donna decided to invite a medium over to their apartment, and the medium told them the Raggedy Ann doll had been inhabited by a spirit of a girl named Annabelle Higgins. Apparently, Annabelle Higgins had passed away on the site where the women's apartment was built. Now, this medium claimed that the spirit of Annabelle simply wanted to be loved and cared for, but love could not be further from what this spirit actually wanted. After hearing this, both Donna and Angie felt bad for the spirit and wanted to make it feel loved and cared for. So they decided to keep Annabelle and allowed the spirit to take up permanent residence within the doll. Eventually though, they wanted to have the doll exorcised, and they called on a priest to remove the spirit from the doll. Now this priest is responsible for contacting both Ed and Lorraine Warren, who decided to visit the girl's apartment and see Annabelle for themselves. Now Ed and Lorraine felt that Annabelle was not simply a spirit that wanted to be loved, but rather a demonic force in search of a human host. According to their beliefs, spirits do not possess inanimate objects. Spirits only possess people. And as far as they were concerned, Annabelle was looking for a human host. Now when the Warrens got involved, they quickly ordered an exorcism of the apartment, and they decided to take Annabelle to their museum, where she still resides today. But even though Annabelle was taken from her first home and put behind glass, her reign of terror was just starting to begin. You see, in the car ride on the way to the museum, Ed and Lorraine decided to put Annabelle into the back seat. And they claimed that doing this was a big mistake, because while Annabelle was in their back seat, they claimed that their brakes either failed or stalled several times, which almost resulted in them crashing their car. Because of this, Ed decided to douse the doll in holy water, and as soon as he did that, the problem with the brakes completely disappeared. Now when Ed and Lorraine got home, they decided to put Annabelle in their study, and according to them, the doll levitated and moved around their house. Even after they decided to place Annabelle in a locked office and an outer building, they claimed that she would still turn up inside of their house. This is when they decided to have a special glass container made for Annabelle so that she would never be able to move again. But sadly, Annabelle was still not done with her reign of terror. You see, there was once a priest who decided to visit the Warrens, and this priest decided to not only pick up Annabelle, but he also mocked her. Now, Annabelle made 100% sure to get her revenge on this priest, as on his way home from visiting the Warrens, he totaled his new car and almost passed away from the accident. He also claimed to see Annabelle in his rearview mirror just before the accident. Years later, another visitor decided to tap on Annabelle's case and laughed at how silly people were to believe in her. After this, the man and his girlfriend decided to get on his motorcycle and drive home, but very tragically, the man lost control of his motorcycle and hit a tree. The man sadly did not make it, and his girlfriend barely survived the accident. The girlfriend says that at the time of the crash, they had both been laughing about the Annabelle doll.
Except that this doll was used in communication, almost like having a seance. A nurse had received the doll in 1971. They were on the same shift And so they worked together, they lived together, they shared the expenses. And one morning she got this idea to bring the doll from the bedroom into the kitchen where they were having breakfast, and she put it in a chair. They're talking to the doll, and the arms of the doll are on the chair like this. Suddenly they went up and onto the table. Now this didn't frighten them. This intrigued them to the extent that the one nurse said to the other one of the nurses knows a medium. Let's ask her about this. I'll bet you there's a spirit in that doll. That's what they did. Things would happen in their house. What we refer to as infestation. There'd be knocking sounds. They'd see flashing lights in their bedroom at night, shooting across the room. The bed would shake a little bit. It would get icy cold. They'd hear whispering, which we call magic whispering. They'd leave the doll in the bedroom. They'd come home after midnight, put the key in the door, unlock the door, and who do you think is standing there? The Raggedy Ann doll.
Standing there.
Now that doll has flimsy legs.